Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Wylee, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Wylee's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The correction and motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to control the dog and to give any correction that may be needed. The only correction is a little tug and release on the training collar. That's fine, he can lay down. The first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you with Wylee is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Wylee heel. Now at this point, he has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you on walks. Not forging ahead or lagging behind, but staying nicely next to you, focused and walking like a gentleman. And each time that you stop, he has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. If you want to go down and back again, Fred, this is an important exercise. This is the one thing that people complain about the most, is that the dog pulls them when walking and drags them down the street. And when you have a German Shepherd, you want to make sure that he's well under control so people aren't afraid of him when you're walking. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Fred gives him that stay command, he turns out to the end of the leash and he turns to face him. You're going to start out at 1 minute and work up to 3 minutes, and you can practice indoors as well as outdoors. When Fred returns back to him, he walks all the way around him as an additional distraction, returning all the way back to his shoulders, and when he gets to his shoulders, he stops. And at this point, Wylee expects to get another command, and they take off heeling again. Nice automatic set. So this should make walking with him much more of a pleasure. Because he's learned to focus on the person on the other end of the leash. Now if he doesn't sit, Fred told him no, sit, and that's what you do. You don't give up, you don't say, oh, he won't do it for me, you make him do it. Fred leaves him in another sit stay. To get him to hold these stays for longer, you have to practice. That's all right, Fred. Fred's gonna call him out of that exercise. It's Wylee come. Wylee's been taught to come and sit, not come and jump all over you. And with a dog like Wylee, who has spent a lot of time doing obedience training, what he'll do is anticipate the next command. So that's what he was doing when he laid down on that sit. And that doesn't make that correct. But for practical purposes, if you're standing talking to someone on the street and your dog lays down and is well under control, then it's fine. Fred leaves him in another sit stay, walks out to the end of the leash and turns to face him. He's going to use his name, he's going to lighten his tone of voice, and he calls him in. It's Wylee come, and then he comes and sits, so no jumping all over you. And so all of these commands have a place in your home, practical application, where you're going to be using these commands every day. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are our series of down commands. So the first thing you want to remember about a down command is that you have to have the dog seated first. This is the down from a heel position. Fred is going to take his open left palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down and stay. He walks out to the end of the leash and turns to face him. He's correcting him for sniffing. The long down stay when you're practicing at home is for 3 to 5 minutes, and practice right in your living room. April has not been a great month for working outside so far. When Fred returns back to him, he walks again all the way around him, just as he did on the sit stay, ending up back at heel position, back where they started. He'll heel him out of that, and we're going to demonstrate that again for you. With him seated, left open palm straight down toward the ground, down and stay. And I know tomorrow is supposed to be cold and windy, but at least it's going to be sunny for your lesson, because you're going to go over all these commands tomorrow with Fred when you come to get him. And he's going to get his tubby this afternoon. This time Fred will call him out of that down. Wylee's one that likes the down better than the sit, and most dogs do. Once they understand what down means, they do enjoy laying down better than they like sitting. But you can see that what we've tried to teach Wylee is self-control. He doesn't have to be a buffoon. He doesn't have to always be jumping and spinning and pulling, and he can be a good boy. He's a German Shepherd. He is a working dog, and this helps him exercise what's between his ears. This time Fred has left him in a sit-stay. He turns to face him. This is your down from a distance. He's going to use his right hand to give the command.
No. Down.
Now, he didn't go right down, and he did it before I turned the camera on, so he most certainly knows it. But if he doesn't do it, you take that step in like you saw Fred do, and he gave a slight correction, and Wylee laid right down because he knew what Fred wanted from the very beginning. So we will be here tomorrow to answer any questions that you have. We're going to have a packet of information for you so that Wylee can be a more productive member of your household. We've enjoyed having him, and we will see you real soon.